Now, one thing I didn't teach you yet is if I click next image, what's going to happen? Somebody guess? It's on the third image right now. Current index should be 0, 1, 2, right? What happens if I click next? Okay, if I click next, what would be the new value for current index? If current index is 2 right now. It's not going to go back to 0, right? Because we're saying +1 here. So if current index is 0, 1, 2, it's 2, +1 is 3. So if I click next image, it's going to be 3. Oops. Now, if I place 3 here, there's no such thing, no fourth, right? Always +1 if you want to find out what element. I can count 0, 1, 2, and then there's no fourth element in the list. Therefore, it's like, okay, I don't find anything here. Undefined. So there's no image. How can we go back to the first one? Well, we have to reset current index to what? To 0, right? That's the problem to solve that. But how would we know? Well, there are many ways to go about this, okay? I don't know if you know about the module. Let me just quickly do it, and then we will end this lecture. If you do division, I don't know if you know about module, this percent operator here. Module, like you divide by something and take the remainder. If I do 1 divided by 3, the remainder is 1. 2 divided by 3 is 2. But 3 divided by 3, the remainder is 0. And if I do 4, 1, 5 is 2, 6, 0. Oh, you can see it always becomes 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, which is perfectly what we want. It keeps, 0, 1, 2, then goes back to 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. This is one way we can do this. So for this mathematical operation here, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to module with, in this case, it's 3, right? But I could add many elements here. If I do that, like I add another one, that's no longer 3 here. It has to be to 5, right? So in order for us to not have to hard code the number there, I'm going to say, okay, this is basically the length or number of elements of the array. So I can say image URLs dot length here. And that will always be the exact number of elements. No matter if I place 4 or 5 or 6, it's always going to replace here with that number. So I don't have to hard code it. If I do it this way, it goes back. Elephant, dog, cat. Elephant, go back to 0. Dog, cat, elephant, go back to 0. All right? So that's the power of the module operator. Just divide and take the remainder. The remainder will always be within 0, 1, 2, repeating as, as the index increases. Okay, so that's the image gallery. And I challenge you to do the back button by yourself at home. It's basically taking current index, subtracting 1, very similar, subtract 1, but then you got to be careful. Just do that one, subtract 1. Once you've solved that, you can do the going back from, if I put -1 or whatever, how would you solve that problem? That one is easy to do. Just check if it's less than 0, you can go back. And actually, if you click back, do you want to go to the last or you want to stop? There's 2 ways, right? If you want to go back to the last, you can check if it's less than 0, the current index. You can set the current index to the last element index, which is what? Image URLs dot length -1. Image URL dot length -1. So these are my tips for you if you want to try the back button.